Memory is the stuff of our brains. The agents of memory are neurons, receiving a barrage of information all day, organizing into neuronal networks, forming memories. While we sleep, the fluid network that bathes the brain supports a pruning process that removes miscellany while retaining memories that improve our fitness.
Beautifully shot, my goodness, immersed us into the land and the wildlife, but captured these stunning landscapes with the aerial shots to situate us and implicate us in the land in a very engaging way. I thought there was a really strong sense of ethos throughout, seeing the experts' perspectives, those with a hands-on look at the health of the oceans and the ecosystems and a sustainable protection of these. These are people who live and breathe this. And that kind of passion is just incredibly moving. Such brilliant people sharing their expertise that I was moved to want to help out and learn more about these organizations. I think it was really well compiled as a doc, flowed really well, and yeah, very motivating due to the beauty, but also just the authentic drive of these individuals.
I think the biggest takeaway that I get from it is that it truly is giving a voice to the ocean right through the philanthropic and environmental work that these individuals are doing. They're allowing the ocean and all of its inhabitants, every single creature, be it fish or amoeba, have a voice and a direction in its future, and then of course sustaining it for the generations to come.
The idea of like all the different aspects, like all the different fields, all the different industries, exploring all of the ways of conserving the ocean and managing the ocean, all the different interest groups is a great subject matter. Like really examining it from all sides. Um, I wanted to shout out the cinematography, specifically the interview shots. I thought some of the like those like base interview, the B-roll was great too, but some of the base interview shots, like the backgrounds, the framing, the lighting, I thought they were all very effective and and uh, uh, well done, like well composed or whatever. Uh, so cinematography. Also, I wanted to shout out the sound design, like specifically, like especially like the sounds of the ocean or whatever, because like uh, especially in a thing like this, like how you're saying about like especially like when she was having that underwater microphone and stuff, like the ocean really felt like a character with the sound design here.
It made me really think about how plants, we've learned that they have different shifts and elements in the treatment of a plant. And do these things apply to the ocean as well? We get to see how the ocean can give chances of opportunity to engage in improving our mental health when it comes to surfing or having kids learn more about what's happening under the sea and what lives within the water. We get to see just this vast amount of different opportunities, these different experiences. And we see it not only from scientific professionals, but we get to see it from artists and kids and athletes and just people that love being part of the ocean and wanting to give everyone a chance to be able to experience it, even if they don't live by the ocean. And I think that's important because as we talk about these topics of climate change and human responsibility and where do we go from here, they made this topic in the documentary about turtles are so essential to the ocean, and we can tell a lot about what's going on in the ocean due to the turtles, and that was so interesting to me because the same can be said about birds. Birds have existed throughout time, even with the dinosaurs. And so we get to see a lot about what's happening to us and how we can better our environment based on not only the birds out in the air, but the turtles from the sea. And it gives you all of these different learning opportunities and hopefully gives you the inspiration to be able to connect with one of these organizations.
This documentary is very informative about everything happening in the ocean. They're talking about the memory, the sounds, the wildlife, and how it's changing with pollution, how the ocean is changing. And they're going into the science within the dynamic of what's happening within the ocean life. And it's really exploring everything from the coral reefs to the water to the animals to anything else. And it's showing the impact that the changing ocean's having. It's very educational. I learned a lot from this documentary about the ocean and the things that are changing and the evolution of what it's going through, which was fantastic and really the main point of it, because it really was a way to educate about what's happening.
The underwater footage was stunning in the film. So many species were shown. I liked the fact that we got to travel to various locations, both the east and west coasts of the U.S. Fascinating scientific facts and figures were provided, and I was very impressed to hear about so many organizations all seeking to learn and educate about the ocean. Lovely chill soundtrack throughout.